What else do you have on the list? I can't wait to hear the next one.
The next one is my number one most
Oh,
hated
okay.
film.
So we've gone through them all already. This is it.
This is it.
All right, drum roll, please. This is the biggest garbage fire in your eyes from 2016.
I could write a 12-page thesis with
And you may be called upon to do that. You never know.
I would do it. I would write a 12-page thesis with footnotes and appendices on why I hated Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Oh man. Oh God. Now, that
But I'll,
movie did not even interest me when the trailers were out. So please tell me about Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
it's a racist, sexist, shallow, unpleasant POS, and everyone involved with it should be ashamed of themselves. Uh,
Okay, and that's it. See you next time, folks. Bye bye. No, no,
Thanks
go
for
ahead,
listening.
Brian.
um, this alleged comedy centers around a white female journalist played by Tina Fey,
Uh huh.
who I love. Tina Fey. I love
Yeah,
30 Rock. I, like,
sure.
and she should know better. She should really know better. Anyway, she's sent to Afghanistan to cover the war on terror, and it's one aggressively tone deaf scene after another of her wacky fish out of water experiences in Afghanistan, and it's like it is baffling because I think what it's trying to do is it's trying to be a satire
Mm-hmm.
on it's like people's expectations of what war torn Afghanistan is like and what it's actually like. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so there's a scene of war violence that's pretty, startlingly brutal. You have, limbs flying off and stuff like blood spatter and stuff like that. And then immediately after, you get a scene of Tina Fey needing to pee, and it's like pull over, I need to pee, and they're in a tank, and so the joke is that they need to pull over the tank so she can pee on the side of the road, and it's like, what movie am I watching?
Right.
You can't stand these journalist characters because they're all so vacuous and so self-absorbed, and I think that's the point again, but it's like, oh, I don't get good cell phone reception here, how inconvenient, and it's like you're in war-torn Afghanistan.
Right.
Or it's like, uh, you know, every night, like the movie is just one scene after another of the journalists like partying and like drinking and like turning up at the function while war is going on right outside, and it's like, oh man, our drinking and partying is interrupted by loud gunfire outside. How lame, and it's offensive. It literally erases the faces and voices of Afghan women. There's a scene where they're investigating, uh, uh, I guess, wells being destroyed in town, and they go investigate. And there's a scene where Tina Fey sees a woman in a burqa
Mm-hmm.
from she's in an alley and the woman's at the end of the alley, and it's shot like a horror film because it's there's ominous music playing, and the way it's framed, it's like a horror film. The woman in the burqa, like, slowly, like you would see a ghost in a horror film, do like motions for Tina Fey to follow her, and she does. And she enters this house with all of these women in burqas. They are only shown from the back. Again, it's like a horror film. There's like this like creepy music playing, and at the same time, they all lift up their burqas, but you only see it from the back, so you don't see their faces. And then cut to Tina Fey saying, to the general or whatever, like, "Oh, the women just told me that they're the ones destroying the wells because it's part of their ritual to get water, water from the well." I don't know. The point is,
God.
it doesn't even have anything. It has no interest in even showing or giving a voice to the people who actually live there. It's only focused on the white perspective and the
It
outsider's
Horrible
perspective.
thing. It sounds like 13 Hours meets Trainwreck.
Yes, I guess that's accurate. And then, like, all of the Afghan male characters are portrayed by white actors in brown face, and
Really?
yeah, I
What is this?
swear.
A Charlie Chan movie from the where an American is portraying Charlie Chan, or what's going on here?
I don't know, but it's very offensive. It makes a mockery of the war in
Oh my
Afghanistan. Well, it doesn't. It certainly doesn't pass the Bechdel test because again, we have Margot Robbie playing an Australian journalist, and when she and Tina Fey's character meet for the first time, the very first question that Margot Robbie asks Tina Fey is, "Can I have sex with your security guys?" And she doesn't say "have sex." This movie has a filthy mouth too, by the way. Where and Tina Fey's like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." And Margot Robbie's like, "Are you sure? Because I wouldn't want you to, I wouldn't want to impose." And then she goes on to say, like, "You could have sex with your security guys, back in New York, you were like a 6, maybe a 7. Here in Afghanistan, you're a serious piece of ass. You'd be like 9 here." It's icky. It's just icky because all these characters do is talk about, sex this and sex that, and is that the point? Are these characters supposed to be so vacuous and self-absorbed that they're so obsessed with themselves that they don't even glimpse outside to see all of the, horrific war going on around them? This movie's pure evil, and I hope it rots. I hate it.
I've read articles before where stand-up comedians originally from the Middle East have complained but have become resigned to the fact that the only roles they get in TV and movies are as the terrorists. And from what you're telling me, they couldn't even get those roles in this movie because they got white guys and they gave them spray tans.
Yeah, like Alfred Molina plays an Afghan dignitary.
Alfred Molina,
Yeah.
Dr. Octopus from the Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
From Chocolat.
Yeah, and he has this accent, and his character is a real creep too. Like again, this is supposedly all based on real life experiences of this reporter, but like this supposed dignitary character is constantly hitting on Tina Fey, and he proposes. He's just really I don't know the way he not forces himself on her, but there's one scene where he has a bed in his office, and it's like, shall we continue this conversation on my bed? And it's like all of the Afghan characters are like nasty people, and it's just like this movie I can't. I can't talk about it anymore because I'm
Okay.
getting mad.
All right. Okay. We're done. All right. Well, thank you for sharing the garbage fires with us.
Well, thank you for allowing me to talk about them. I hope it's not too negative because again, there are so many great films that came out this year.